So you ready to get this show on the road, boss?
Okay, let's get started.
Music to my ears. So getting us set up in the Commonwealth's gonna require 3 things. Territory, provisions, and loyalty. First things first, territory. We're gonna need to claim a settlement for our gang to work from. An outpost. And there are 2 ways to claim new territory. You can head in yourself and convince the locals to leave. Or I can get a crew together and you all can put them in the dirt. How you do it is up to you. So, first big decision. You want to talk them off their land? Or you want to wipe them out?
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to leave.
Works for me. Once you've planted your flag in the place, I'll send a crew in to set up shop. Now, next up, you'll have to pick who you want to hold your outpost once it's established. Of course, every outpost you claim for a gang is going to be something the other gangs don't have. And none of them like the thought of their rivals getting a leg up on them. Worth thinking over as you dole out more territory. So, which gang should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
Let's do this later.
Your call.
Coming through the gauntlet, boss. Fridge is weird.
If you had any questions, you can now rest assured that our overlord is a badass.
You're lucky Nish is in charge. If it were up to me, you'd be dead.
But man, get behind her or get the hell out of her way. Hey, asshole, you're listening to Reader Radio.
A word of advice, boss. You don't want
Anybody listening? We got some good news for you. All those damn robots in the Galactic Code. In the hands of...
Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse.
Dixie?
If you ain't here to make things right, you may want to turn tail and get before I forget my manners.
You really should rethink where you stand, unless you're a fan of watching your back.
Hey, Savoy.
The only thing keeping me from ripping your throat out is Nisha.
In a lot of instances, poor life choices will get you killed. You know what I call a good day? What?
The traders here are no better than slaves.
Hey,
Found some pretty good stuff while I was out on the road. Interested?
I'll take a look. Sure. Hey, do you need something from me? Hey, you need... Yes, my love? I need you to get out of your power armor, as you wish. Heads up.
May I be of assistance?
seem more than capable with your tinkerings.
Heads up.
You need something, yes?
Wait there.
I will wait. It is safe here, yes?
So you decided how you want to claim that territory?
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to leave.
Works for me. Which gang should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
The operators.
Got it. I'm sure they'll appreciate you thinking of them. That just leaves the target. Now for a new outpost, you'll usually want to target a spot with plenty of populated settlements nearby that might be able to feed our people later on. Taffington Boathouse, Croup Manor, Greentop Nursery, the Slog all had a good number of farms within striking distance last I checked. Though I'll need to go through my notes again. Make sure they're all still good to target. We're not always going to be able to run every job against every settlement. So, you ready to pick the spot for Nuka World's first new homestead?
I'm ready.
Good. So, what's the target? Wait, pretty sure that place is one of yours, boss. That's where you want to hit? Overboss? Something wrong?
Shank.
Thought I'd seen something about them the other day. So you decided how you want to claim that territory?
Let me talk to them. I'll convince them to...
Works for me. Which gang should I...
The operator.
I'll let them. Now, the target. You ready to
I'm ready.
Good. So...
Right?
Huh. I think that one's your territory, boss. You're sure that's the one you want to hit?
That one's the target.
Of course, boss. So, to get these folks to scram, you got two main options. Buy them out, or scare them off. Either way, the more afraid they are, the simpler or cheaper getting them gone will be. Lizzie Wyeth over with the operator should have some toys that'll make running them off easier. And it's worth keeping in mind, the more populated or fortified a place is, the more prep you're gonna want to do before trying to run them off. But ultimately, it's up to you, boss. Good luck.
Mags, William, and Lee.
If Lizzie asks you to volunteer for one of her tests, don't.
Hey.
Overboss. A pleasure. Shank said you might need some tools to ease relations with the people of the Commonwealth. Well, you've come to the right place. I've put together a couple of toys that should make getting what you want out of those rubes easier. Only thing we ask in return is that you remember the operators when you're handing out new territory on the other side of the mountains.
Don't worry. Your gang will be taken care of.
Wonderful. So, first up, something to manipulate a target. It's a homemade distillation brewed to mimic human flight pheromones. Toss one of these grenades at the feet of your target, and convincing the wary settler suddenly becomes a much simpler affair. Now, to function effectively, I had to make the formula precise. So it's not going to work on people in any of the big towns like Bunker Hill or Diamond City, nor on caravanners. But for your purposes, hitting settlements out in the Commonwealth, it ought to give you a serious edge.
Take any advantage I can get.
Well, this should give you one. Here. Only had enough to make the one locally. But you can take the recipe as well, should you find yourself wanting more. So, gulp down a couple lungfuls, and anyone you speak to will be far more apt to give you what you want. Plus, I've winnowed down the addiction risk to near zero, so no need to fear repeat usage. Here. Ingredients for that one have been tricky to find, but between that and the grenade, you should have no problem getting at least one settlement under your control before you have to brew up your own. And just remember us when you're crushing those poor settlers underfoot,
We'd all considered putting bullets back in the phone.
Gonna see who could down a mutie from the longest distance. William made a whole mess of caps that week.
Yes? What do you want?
I'm here for your land. You should leave while you can still walk.
Whoa, whoa, take it easy, all right? Look, can't just abandon this place. It's home.
Look, I'm trying to help you here. You need to go. Now.
Oh, that's how it's gonna be. Fine. Take it. Place is all yours. Company.
Hey there.
Yeah, I'm thinking this place will do. At least once we get some supplies coming in. You ought to head on back, boss. Let them know how it went.
Look alive.
What do you want?
What shall we talk about? I think we ought to part ways.
It pains me to say goodbye, but we will be together again soon, yes?
Well, rumor going around is that some big bad raider boss strolled into the Commonwealth and talked a group of settlers right off their land. Not too shabby. I'll make sure your cut of any caps the outpost pulls in are waiting in your quarters. So, now that we got part 1 on the books, we can move on to part 2, provisions. If you want to hang on to this newfound territory, you're going to need to convince a nearby settlement to start handing over shipments of supplies. I'll make sure those shipments get distributed direct to the outpost. Any caps they provide will be waiting in your trunk up in Fizztop. And the more a settlement produces for itself, the more of each we can get them to cough up. Now, like before, the method's up to you. You can try talking to them yourself, convince them to hand over the goods, or you and a crew can introduce some bullets to some kneecaps.
Let me talk to them. I'll get them to hand over what we need.
Sure. So, which crew you want keeping an eye on the place once you get them to bend the knee?
The pack.
Works for me. Then all that's left is the target. Only wrinkle is that it's got to be near our crew's new outpost. No settlement's just gonna hand over goods if there's no one close by to follow up on threats. And if you ever want to see for yourself which settlements are within range of our outpost, you can check the map in your Pip-Boy. The Slog might be a good choice to hit, though I'd have to confirm that's still the case. So, where you want to do this? Huh. Was that? Yup, that place'll do. So, to get these settlers to cough up provisions, they need to know that we aren't a crew to be trifled with. You can try convincing them to pay up, or you could rough them up some. Let them know we mean business. Tools from the operators could also make your life easier. Plus, having an outpost nearby gives us another option: claiming the airwaves. Building a Nuka World radio transmitter at an outpost within range of the target will let them know we're closing in on them. Your Pip-Boy map should show you which outposts are close enough to serve. And if none of that works, well, I suppose you could always try paying one of them to convince the rest. Plenty of ways for you to skin this cat. Have fun.
Not supposed to hurt the other games. No rule against tricking them into hurting each other, though.
Stick to the roads, and you got a better chance of surviving.
Don't
Some
I the
sort of
problem?
medical-
Hey, you.
Can I help you?
I'm here to make you an offer. This place will supply me and my friends in Nuka World caps, food, whatever you got. In exchange, we won't bother you.
Oh, I don't know. A lot of hard work goes into this place. Can't just give it to you.
Listen, you're gonna start working for me now, all right? Just keep the supplies coming and we won't have any problems.
Fine. If it'll get you off my back. Now please, get the hell out of here.
Sounds like they're gonna tear the place apart if we don't get the hell out of there.
Then I guess we'll just have to let them know who they're dealing with. You did good. Now get going. The adults are gonna discuss this. Figure this would happen sooner or later. Our outposts caught the attention of some of our new neighbors in the Commonwealth. An outside crew of raiders think we're honing in on their territory. Sounds like they're planning to tear the place up, and our people with it. Suppose this provides us a good opportunity to make an example. You thinking what I'm thinking?
I will rip them to shreds, personally.
Bingo. Only language raiders in the Commonwealth understand. Force. But you should probably get going. You wouldn't want to keep our new friends waiting. Wouldn't be neighborly.
Let them try and take this place.
Hey.
Good, you're here. Got word those punks were spotted not far from here, boss. Whole place is on alert. We'll keep an eye out.
Doc Weathers is...
Heard some rumbles this one didn't get you either. Figure I shouldn't be surprised.
What? Didn't think I could handle it?
Nothing like that. I'm still just getting used to having an overboss with some stones around here. So I suppose your recent success brings us to the next step. Loyalty. Without loyalty, everything that's yours ain't. And to keep a crew loyal, you need to keep them happy. Now, keeping raiders happy isn't real hard. Just have to make sure they've got their basic necessities, just like any other settlement. That they've got some things to keep them entertained, and that their food's taken care of, which, with raiders, well, isn't like dealing with other settlements. Now, if you want me to go into detail on any of that, you just say.
I want to know more about managing the outpost's basic necessities.
Day-to-day needs, they're pretty straightforward. Just need to make sure you've set up solid defenses. Plenty of beds under cover, and enough clean water to go around. Not much more to it than that. Was there anything else?
Tell me more about providing food for the outpost.
So, managing your outpost's food can get a little tricky. No one ever joined a crew to dig in the dirt, so you'll want to make sure you've convinced enough settlements to supply your gang. People at the outpost can farm in a pinch, but they sure as hell won't be happy about it. Now, if you're ever wondering if your outpost has enough food, you should take a look in your Pip-Boy. It ought to have a page that'll show you everything your outpost currently needs, food included. If they're low on grub, it's probably time to get a new settlement supplying you. Or you could always drop some food direct in their workshop if it comes to it. Now, was there something else?
What can you tell me about entertainment for the outpost?
Well, it's a damn handy way to keep folks distracted if you're lacking in certain basics. Constructing pick-me-up stations or getting one of your crew working on a booze still will certainly help lift your outpost's spirits. And if the place has got a Nuka World transmitter powered up, you can construct amplifiers to help as well. Anything else I can answer for you?
I think I've got everything I need to know.
Sure. If you've ever got more questions, you come find me. Or you can always consult that Pip-Boy on your arm. No better tool to tell you what your outpost may be hurting for. Now, depending on the state of the place when you hit it, this first outpost might already have some of the bare bones set up. All you've got to do is build up what's missing. If you want to run some jobs to convince more settlements to start sending supplies, well, you know how this works. You just come talk to me. And I was thinking, with the outpost coming as far as it has, might be time I set up shop there. Save you a trip anytime you want to run a job. You just let me know if that's something that'd interest you. Be good to make some trouble in the Commonwealth again. So, there anything I can do?
I want you to head to an outpost.
All right. Where am I going? Suppose I better get a move on then. See you there, boss.
Watch yourself. The pack sticks together.
Don't listen to the bleats of those operator sheep.
Iron Maiden's out to an early lead, but Piece of Junk's right behind. We got some tough competition out here today. What a race! What a race!
water real bad.
place is looking good, boss. Everything a gang of lowlifes could ask for. So, you ready for the final piece of the puzzle?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Good to hear. Because what you've made is a foothold. To solidify our place, our outfit's gonna need some real numbers. 2 more outposts carved from the Commonwealth ought to do the trick. Get all that together, and, well, we'll have a real base of power on our hands. With that kind of clout, we'll be able to start setting up dealers at our outposts. Get to selling stuff like real damn towns. We keep expanding from there, we'll even be able to set up spots where the locals can come drop off tribute. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For now, you'll want to start by claiming another 2 outposts. You just let me know whenever you want to get rolling on those jobs. So, boss, what's the plan?
Was hoping you could arrange a job for me.
Yeah. What kind of job we talking here?
A new outpost. I want to get one set up.
Sure thing, boss. You gonna talk to them yourself? Or should I get a crew to help you put them in the dirt?
I'll convince them to leave.
Got it. And which crew should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
The pack.
I'll send word along. Or Howl or something. So, where do you want to hit? Alright, that one will work. So, standard runoff job. You can scare the hell out of them, or try to buy them off. Whatever you need to do to get them off their land. Any toys the operators gave you ought to make things easier. Claiming additional outposts within range of the target will also help make convincing them go better. But that's more big picture. Something to consider as you plan out future conquests. Happy hunting, boss.
Hey, something I can do for you?
There's a gang of raiders coming for this place. Mine. But if you leave right now, I promise you, we won't have any problems.
You want this place? Listen, not trying to piss you off here, but I'm not sure that's gonna work. This is home.
You stay here another minute, and trust me, you're gonna regret it.
Christ, no need to do anything rash, all right? Land's yours.
Hey, boss. Just one more outpost to claim. You want me to set up that job, you just say. So, what do you need?
I'm interested in running a job.
Works for me. What type of job did you want to run?
It's time we took over another settlement.
And did you want to talk the settlers off their land yourself? Or should I rally some bodies to help you put them on ice?
I'll go have a word with them.
Yeah, sure. And which crew should I have join you once you've staked your claim?
The operators.
I'll let them know. So, what's the target? Believe that spot's one of yours, boss. Still want to proceed?
That one's the target.
Ruthless. So, standard runoff job. You can scare the hell out of any toys the operators gave. Claiming additional outposts within range of the target will something to consider as you plan out future conquests. Happy hunting, boss.
Hey, something I can do for you?
There's a gang of raiders coming for this place. Mine. But if you leave right now, I promise you, we won't have any problems.
You want this place? Listen, not trying to piss you off here, but I'm not sure that's gonna work. This is home.
Look, I'm trying to help you here. You need to go. Now.
Oh, that's how it's gonna... Fine, take it. Place is all yours.
We'll take care of the territory, boss. After all, we put it in good hands.